Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna do another update for my channel just because I feel like I need to just explain about my last few videos. Um, so I really started collecting in 2013, and that's when I started buying a lot of SHINee albums. And at the time in 2013, SHINee had released so much stuff over the past few years. They debuted in 2008, and from then on, it was just constant release, whether it was Korean releases or Japanese releases, and tons of different merchandise. And so it was me like really playing catch up game at that point, and I really got into photo card collecting at that time also. So it was a lot of stuff accumulating really fast, and my YouTube channel obviously became very SHINee biased, and I really only bought like SHINee things and or SHINee related things, and that's just how I collected for a really long time. And I did buy like a few albums here and there of other groups, mainly just really random albums, whether it was used or unused. But it wasn't that I didn't like other groups. I've liked plenty of other groups before I liked SHINee, but it was just I was so focused on SHINee, you know? And so yeah. But I felt like as a fan, I felt really disconnected from them when they would promote in Japan. And in the recent years, when SHINee would promote in Japan, they do it for a long period of time and then go on their tours and their concerts, and it would just be a lot of time towards Japanese audiences, and how Japanese programs work and music shows and concerts and things like that. It's very exclusive, and so I would say international fans don't get much material from their activities in Japan, and that's okay. Like, you know, I understand the exclusiveness of it, and I understand the audience they're directing it towards, but I feel like Korean promotions are a lot more open, and they're comforting for me. I don't know if this makes sense, but like I'm trying to explain this in a more sensible way that doesn't sound like I'm being bitchy about it or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that like during those periods of times that they would promote in Japan, I just felt kind of disconnected from SHINee, and it would sort of be like my low point in the fandom. Like I didn't vlog as much, or I felt really down, and then I realized like it was because I only focused on SHINee, and it was always SHINee, and I realized I depended on SHINee for my happiness pretty much, and it also disallowed me from looking at other groups and appreciating other groups, and sort of being pretty close-minded. It's not that I didn't notice these other groups, especially EXO, for example. I've seen EXO debut like over the years, and I know there's like subtle like drama between two fandoms, and but EXO and SHINee are really close in general, not just because they're under the same company, but some of them train together, and some of them are really good friends with each other. So the drama was just kind of ridiculous in general. But they're both very different groups, and then if you add on Bangtan, like the three of them have very different colors to them, and so I realized, how do people not be multi fandom? But it's not that I'm suddenly dropping one group and then joining another fandom, or joining like or just liking this other group entirely more than my original group or whatever. It's more like I just have learned to like multiple groups at the same time. And for me, SHINee, this is so cheesy, SHINee is home. Like, it's so nice to just, you know, like sit back and like stop blogging EXO or Bangtan for a while and just reconnect with shells and like vlog SHINee, and it feels comfortable, and it feels good. It feels like I'm where I belong, kind of. Like SHINee World is my fandom. Like it's where I see myself being for a very long time and maturing with fans alongside beside me. I've met one of my best friends through SHINee World and SHINee, and I don't know, I can't imagine not being SHINee biased and not being a Shao, and not being a part of this fandom that I have been a part of for a while. Not as long as some people, but it feels like I have been, because Shaos are so welcoming. Especially initially, I felt so welcomed, and I felt like they were willing to tell me and teach me everything I needed to know. And maybe I haven't invested enough time into other fandoms, but I didn't feel that way when I got really into EXO or Bangtan. And maybe it's just how I interact with other fans now, and maybe I'm a little afraid to, because SHINee World as a fandom are pretty much older, not in a bad way, but that comes with mentality too, that we're just in different places in our lives than newer fans are, and I think that really clicks with how we get connected with each other. But yeah, so just because I have really started to like EXO and Bangtan, BTS, doesn't mean that I'm dropping SHINee suddenly, because why? There's like no reason to, because I still immensely am in love with them and appreciate them for who they are individually and as well as a whole. And my dream is still to see them live. I am going to see them next month, but it's not going to be what I had hoped for, so I'm constantly like dreaming and hoping for the moment that I get to see them live on stage, like up close, hopefully, and just be able to experience SHINee live is still one of my biggest dreams. And so yeah, so just because my channel seems like it's not tons of SHINee anymore does not mean SHINee is gone. Like, they haven't released much. They're going to release their SHINee World album next month, or at the end of this month, and then it'll arrive like next month. And that's just the album. Like, the DVD is going to come out soon too, and then they have their next Japanese single and probably a DVD for their Japanese tour coming out soon also. But it's just not a lot of stuff right now, and I have bought in Taemin's new album, Press It, so I'm pretty up to date on my SHINee stuff, but I'm catching up on Bangtan and EXO especially. EXO has so much stuff, especially that I'm collecting photo cards now, so it's just gonna seem like a lot of BTS and EXO, but it's not gonna be only those two. It's, for now, it might seem like it, but I don't know. Like, that's just how my channel is gonna look, and I know that some people may be worried, but don't be, because I love SHINee. And yeah, so that's that for my updated channel vlog video thing. I didn't know what I wanted to do for this, and I definitely didn't want to film my face, because that requires me looking okay for all y'all. So you will get to see what my table looks like, and this is what you see. And actually, my friend comes over to study, because I barely use my table actually, mostly for filming. I like doing my homework elsewhere, but she's not a K-pop fan, and so when she comes into my room, it's a bit distracting for her. But anywho, that is that. Thank you for watching, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment if you want, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.